Let's start with identity operator. This operator I have introduced already in my first video, that is Introduction to Python. The link is given in the description box. You can find it there. There are two identity operator in Python, is and is not. The identity operator are used to check if both the operand reference the same object memory. That is, identity operator compare the memory location of two objects and return true or false accordingly. Let's discuss one by one. The first operator is is. Is operator is written in this way: A is B. That's mean A and B, these two are maybe variables or objects or can be any type. A is B returns true if both its operand are pointing to same object or memory location. Return false otherwise. Is not is another identity operator. It is written like this: A is not B. It returns true if both its operand are pointing to different objects or memory location. Return false otherwise. Let me elaborate you with some example. Suppose let A equal to 10 and say B equal to 10. Now in Python 10 has some memory location. Suppose its memory location is say 10205 and both A and B are pointing to this memory location. And when you write A is B, that's mean A and B both are pointing to the same memory location, and it will give you true as an output. And if you write A is not B, it will give you false. Again, if you write C equal to say 20, so that's mean 20 will be stored in some different memory location. Say its location is 20108 and C is pointing to this location. And if you write A is not C, so this will return true. That's mean A and C are pointing to different memory location. So let me show you the same example by writing it into the Python interpreter. Say A equal to 10 and B equal to also 10. So now if you write A is B, it will give you true as an output. And if you write A is not B, it will return false. If you write ID A, so this is the ID of A, this is nothing but the ID of 10. And if you write ID B, look, both are pointing to the same memory location. Both of their IDs are same because this is the ID of 10 and AB are pointing to that location. That's why when you are writing A is B, it is showing true, and when you are writing A is not B, it is showing false. Now if you write C equal to 30, and look, if you type ID C, it will show you a different ID. That's mean this C, that is a 30, is located in some other memory location. Now if you write A is C, so it will give you false. And if you write A is not C, obviously it will give you true. I think that you understand the logic behind is and is not. Next, let me show you what is the difference between is and double equal to. There is a similarity and there are some exceptions. Suppose A is initialized with 10 and B is also initialized with 10. Now if you write A is B, so it will return true because both A and B are pointing to the same memory location. Now if you write A equal to B, In this case also, it will also return true. But it is not always true other way round. That means there are some cases where you will find that two objects are having just the same value, that is equal to operator returns true for them, but the is operator return false. Let me show you an example. Say S1 equal to PQR and say S2 equal to let's take an input from the user. So just write down input within bracket, enter any string. Okay, so it will ask you for a string. Suppose let's me write the same string PQR and give enter. Now if you write S1 is S2, it will give you false. But if you write S1 equal to S2, it will give you true. Now let me show you the reason why this kind of output you are facing. Look, let me copy the code over here. When you're writing S1 equal to PQR, that's mean PQR is within a memory location, say 2020, and S1 is pointing to that location. Now when you are taking input from the user, that is a console input, so it is behaving like this. It is creating a separate memory location and PQR is residing over there. Suppose its address is 3150 and S2 is pointing over here. Now when you are writing say S3 equal to say PQR, the same string, and give enter, now you are writing S1 is S3, so it will give you a true output. When you are again creating another object and PQR is initialized over here, so this is pointing to the previous PQR that has already been created, which is located at 2020. So when the objects are initialized by a string, so this is happening. When you are receiving the same string through console input, so this thing is happening. Reason behind this behavior: there are a few cases where Python creates two different objects that both store the same value. These are input of string from the console, writing integer literal with many digits, very big integers, and writing floating point and complex literal. Let me show you the output for a complex number. Say x equal to 2 plus 5j. Given enter, y equal to say, write the same value 2 plus 5j. Given enter. If you write x is y, it will give you false, but both are having the same value 2 plus 5j. But in case of complex number, the two values are stored in two different locations, and that's why x is y is returning false value. Let me show you another example. Say a equal to 5.67 and now accept another floating point number through console input. So write down b equal to float, input, enter any float value. So it will ask you for a float value. Just write down the same 5.67 and give enter. Now write a is b. No, it will return false. So when you are taking input through console, so that value will be kept in different memory location. it will not point where A is pointing. And if you take C equal to 5.67, sorry, it will be equal to, and now write down A is C. Look, this is also returning false value because floating point number are always stored in separate memory location. Now come to the conclusion. When we need to check whether the two objects are referred to the same value or not, in that case the equality, that is double equal to, is required. That is when you are going to check the content of the two objects are pointing to the same value or not. If it is referred to the same value, then we will use double equal to. And when we need to check whether the two objects are referred to the same memory location or not, in that case the is identity operator is required. So you have to keep it in your mind that if the is operator returns true for two objects, then double equal to operator must return true for the same objects. That is, if two references refer to the same memory location or address, then their value are always same. So if you have still some doubt, please write your query into the comment box. I will reply you back as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thank you.